The Alaskan tundra is the cold, treeless region around the poles that has permafrost as one of its defining features. Even at the height of summer, the soil a few centimeters under the surface remains frozen. The tundra therefore lacks animals that dig deep burrows and plants that require deep root systems.
As we can see from this climatic graph, the tundra is pretty cold, although in the summer it warms up to a nice 5 degrees Celsius. However, the rainfall is pretty low year round, so the plants found here aren't very water dependent.
The caribou is a sturdy animal with short legs. Its coat is brown and becomes darker in the summer and lighter in the winter. It has a ruff of long hairs under the neck, and the fur above the hooves and around the tail are almost white. The Alaskan caribou is clove brown with a white neck and hindquarters. According to USA Today, the Arctic fox is an endangered species. It is itself the victim of predation, mainly from red fox, wolves, wolverines, and golden eagles. To the people, it is a source of fur, meat, and mythology. The scarcity of prey is the most prevalent threat for the Arctic fox. Disease and genetic pollution of the species by foxes bred in captivity also threatens this species. The Alaskan tundra is also home to the grizzly bear. The long guard hairs on their backs and shoulders frequently have white tips and give the bears a grizzled appearance, hence the name grizzly. The correct scientific name for the species is brown bear, but only coastal bears in Alaska and Canada are referred to as such, while inland bears and those found in the lower 48 states are called grizzly bears. One plant that survives in the Alaskan tundra is the lichen. At any rate, lichens are some of the most adaptable organisms known and can live in deserts, tropical jungles, Arctic tundra, on rocks, inside of rocks, on bark, on soil, almost anywhere. Also, it is a food source to many animals inhabiting the Alaskan tundra. One keystone plant to the Alaskan tundra is a lichen. Biologists discovered that lichens are dual organisms composed of a fungus and its algae partner. They have later discovered that a third organism, a cyanobacterium such as nostoc, sometimes becomes part of the lichen, creating a three-way symbiosis. Some scientists say that the fungus parasitizes the algae, and others say that the association is symbiotic or mutually beneficial. Some say that the lichen shouldn't be called an organism since it is like an ecosystem in itself.
Another keystone animal in the Alaskan tundra is the caribou, also known as the reindeer. People use them to pull their sleds, provide milk, and eat their meat. They also use the caribou skins to build their tents. When it was seen how valuable the caribou were, they were brought to Alaska in 1887. Although some people are moving into the caribou's habitat, the caribou seem to have adapted and are moving away. Caribou help the environment by eating the leaves of the plants and then pooping out nutrient-rich poop that turns into fertilizer and fertilizes the plants and makes them even more nutrient-rich. Another endangered animal in the Alaskan tundra is the polar bear. Polar bears' diet mainly consists of seals. Polar bears use a variety of tactics while hunting the seals, and these tactics will usually involve stealth and patience. Polar bears will also occasionally feed on other animals, including walruses. Polar bears are among the largest land mammals on Earth. Males can weigh anywhere between 700 to 1400 pounds and stand between 8 to 10 feet tall. The females, however, are smaller than the males, with weights averaging somewhere from 350 to 700 pounds. Polar bears appear to have a white coat, but the actual hairs are translucent and clear. The skin of a polar bear is black. The coat and skin are adapted to absorb sunlight and retain heat. Like many other animals found on the Alaskan tundra, polar bears have short ears to minimize heat loss. An anthropogenic threat is that people have decided to start drilling for oil because the Alaskan tundra is extremely oil rich. Prudhoe Bay is an example of this because it is the largest oil field in North America and it is located in the Alaskan tundra. Over the years, it has been determined that there has been a significant amount of oil leaching from the drills into the soil and spilling into the surrounding areas. This is a very big threat to the wildlife because oil spills are both extremely dangerous and extremely difficult to clean up. This is a very basic food web that shows how things get done in the Arctic tundra.